So this fall, I went to Los Angeles to participate in the Tomorrow's Filmmakers Today program, which is a fellowship program at Hola Mexico Film Festival. And if you're watching this, you're either interested in applying for the program or you're just my friend and you love me, and I love that for you. So this video is going to be about what the program is. I'm going to recap my experience, and then toward the end of the video, I'm going to talk about the main impact that this program had on me, which is obviously hinted in the title of this video. So let's get started. Tomorrow's Filmmakers Today is a program that started in 2016. 20 Latino filmmakers are chosen to screen their work and attend Hola Mexico Film Festival in Los Angeles. During the festival, we also have private sessions with industry professionals where we get to ask questions, and then of course, time to network with each other. We had a couple of happy hours here and there. We had some site visits, which I like to call field trips because that's what they felt like. So everyone in my cohort was a director or a producer on the project that they screened. I think you have to be one or the other in order to show your work, but I would double check that on the website. But every single film that screened was so amazing, and I will talk more about that later because I have a lot to say about just how freaking talented everybody was. So I heard about the program through Instagram, but for a lot of other people, it was word of mouth. There were some people who knew people who did the program in the past. So a lot of the people in the program were from LA, but not everybody was from LA. There were some travelers there, such as myself, some people from New York, New Jersey, Miami, Texas, and other parts of California that weren't LA. So that was cool because if there's something about me is that I love having friends scattered all over the globe. And when I say that we attended the festival, I mean that we attended the festival. I'm pretty sure we saw every film that's screened there. Wow, it looks like I'm on drugs, but I'm really just tired. We were watching 2 to 3 feature-length films a day, sometimes after 2 or 3 shorts programs, so it was very intense, but we made it. Okay, so let's get into the experience. So we started off at the Academy Museum where we had some introductions, and without giving away too much to the future TFTs, I'm just gonna say that it was a cute little orientation moment, and Diana gave a powerful speech to kick off the week. We had our first guest speaker there as well, and passed us to check out the museum for a little while. Later in the day, we met up for opening night at the film festival, and there was a pink carpet, which we all got to take pictures on. Super cute moment. This year was Hola Mexico's 15th year, their quinceañera, and so it just so happened that the opening film was about a teenage girl in Mexico surviving her quinceañera, and that was a nice little parallel. And I thought the movie was so cute. It was like a nice little coming of age, feel-good family film, which is a contrast to a lot of the heavier films that we would see later in the week. So I really enjoyed it. I love me a good coming of age story. So after the screening, there was of course an after party on the rooftop at the Montalban Theater, and it was good vibes. There was food, music, performances, some dancing, and that wrapped up the first day of the program, which was on Friday. So Saturday and Sunday were the short screenings, and honestly that might have been my favorite part of the week, or one of my favorite parts, because it was just so exciting to see everybody's work for the first time, and there was such a supportive atmosphere during the screenings, and all the films were so brilliant and well done and thoughtful. Everyone was so talented, and it was such a special feeling to be a part of that group. And not only was everyone super talented and good at what they do, but everyone was good vibes. Everyone was chill, had nice personalities, and we were all Latino. It was like the perfect assembly. It was so special to be a part of that group. And it didn't take long for us to get comfortable with each other and start acting like family. Like every morning there were hugs, and it was just so easy to start talking to someone one-on-one or just like mingle, join a circle. It was really a special, it was just so special. I don't have another word to describe it. It was just such a special, loving experience, and I'm just so excited to work with everyone that I met there in the future, because I know that I will, and we're gonna do great things together, and I'm just so happy to be a part of the experience, honestly. So for the rest of the week, we were watching more films and having sessions with industry professionals. Some of the people we met were the directors and producers of the films that were screening at the festival, but others were just people who are in the industry in general. So we got to meet with, and I'm gonna pull out my script for this because it's a list. We got to meet with Gareth Dunnet Alcocer, if I'm saying that right. He's the writer of Blue Beetle and Miss Bala. Gabriela Ortega, she's a writer-director and TFT alumni. Claudia St. Luz, a director who had 2 beautiful films screening at the festival. We also met with an entertainment lawyer, indie film producers, animation executives, a Sundance film programmer, and a TV writer, and just a lot of other folks who just had insight to offer to us and shared their career stories as well, which I found really inspiring. So we also went on a field trip to Creative Artists Agency, which was really cool. We got to meet with agents there, not to discuss representation, of course, but to just ask them questions. They were also Latinos who, worked their way up. Not all, but most of the people that we met during the week were Latino, and they were willing to just share their wisdom with us little creators, or as they like to call us in these fellowship programs, emerging talent. One thing that all the Latino professionals agreed on is that there are fewer opportunities in the industry and that we're still really underrepresented. You guys already know that, I don't have to tell you that, but hearing it from people who are in these powerful positions, or just people at the top, it just confirms that we just need to support each other, and we just have more reason to keep doing what we do. So the last film that we saw as a group together was called Radical, and it's directed by Christopher Zaya, or Zaya, or Zala, I'm actually not sure how to say it, and starring Eugenio Derbez. This movie destroyed me. But it was so beautiful, and it's such a important film that I think that everyone should watch, because it touches on a universal topic, which is that of the flaws in our education systems and how not every child has the same opportunities to be educated and pursue a career. And there's some really beautiful and sweet moments in the film that just get the waterworks running. By the time those credits were rolling, I'm pretty sure half the people in the cohort were crying. But just watch it, because it's such a good movie. It was actually my favorite of the festival, and I think that everyone should watch it when it's available. So on the last day of the program, we have this heartwarming, really lovely closing ceremony, which I'm gonna leave the details out of because I don't wanna spoil anything for the future TFTs. We also got to meet alumni, and seeing how many people came back for the alumni reunion just speaks to how impactful the program is and how willing everyone is to form this much needed community of Latinos in the film industry. At the closing night party, audience awards were giving out, and Radical won for the best feature film at the festival, and the short film award went to one of the 20 films in the cohort. And honestly, I did not exercise my right to vote because it was such an intense week and I was just too distracted to, and honestly I didn't even know how to make that decision. But what I loved about the program is that there was not an ounce of competitive energy. Everyone was just supportive of each other. And when the winner of the audience award was announced, we were all just so happy for our boy Alex.
Film Festival back in 2008. We had a very special guest.
So that pretty much summarizes my experience at TFT. It was an intense week with very long hours. We would have breakfast at 9:30 a.m. and the last film screening would finish between 9:30 to 11:30 at night. So it was a very intense week, but I had a great time. And the best part for me was bonding with the cohort and listening to the stories of the industry professionals, because this industry is rough, and the program gave me the motivation to keep going, as well as a whole new support system of fellow filmmakers who I can't wait to do amazing things with. I love you guys. So now that you know about the program, if you take one thing away from this video, it's this. Artists need community. If you're a hobbyist, maybe not. But if you are trying to make a professional career out of your gifts and your skills, there's gonna be highs and lows, and community plays such an important part of that journey. First of all, let me say that this whole trip to LA wouldn't have been as smooth as it was if it weren't for the help that I received. Instead of having to stay in an Airbnb or a hotel, which would have cost me a lot of money, I got to stay with a family friend who is family now, and she gave me her room and the keys to her apartment, and she was extremely hospitable, more than I even but beyond my expectations. And I can only hope to pay forward that kindness someday. Pay back or pay it forward. In order to stay sane and make strides in the entertainment industry, you need to have a support system. Nobody is self-made, nobody gets anywhere on their own. This industry is all about connections anyway. With that said, aside from having the support of your family and or friends, if you're lucky enough to have that, artists need to have support from other artists who understand their passion and their struggles. I've opened up on this channel about my struggle with creativity and procrastination. It's no secret that I struggle with self-doubt and anxiety that stops me from creating sometimes. During the week at TFT, I was buzzing with inspiration and ideas for films, and other people were saying too that they just had so many ideas during the week because we were in that environment and we were feeding off each other. And it's not like I ever stopped writing. I'm always starting new scripts. My problem has been finishing them. Before the program, I hadn't finished a screenplay in almost 2 years. And then when I got back, I wrote 2 drafts of a short film in 2 days. And honestly, I don't think I would have written it if it weren't for one of my friends in the cohort encouraging me to reach that deadline. And that's the type of support that I'm talking about. You can be the strongest, most independent person in the world, but there will come a time where you do need help and you need someone to be your coach or your cheerleader in order to get things done. And that's okay. When it comes to motivation, environment plays such an important factor, and artists feed off each other. That's why they say that there's no originality in art, because everything is borrowed, even if it's unconsciously. So if you need inspiration, put yourself out there and support what other people are doing. The joy of being an artist is not only about showcasing your own work, but it's also about appreciating what others are doing too. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and you can support my channel by liking this video and subscribing. And if you're a Latino filmmaker or film enthusiast, leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorite Latino-led movie is. I think mine is Radical now, but you know I love the Selena movie. I just had to say that one. All right, thanks guys. Be well.